Hey, why don't you tell us about what some of the things that you do for your clients to help them, get set and ready to get their offer accepted? I mean, in this kind of a market, again, multiple offers, like what are you doing to really help
Yeah,
them get ready for that?
buyers out there, they need to make sure that they're doing their due diligence and meeting with a few different realtors, whether that's even on the listing side or buying side. I think is super important because not all are equal, as I'm sure you know. I just was speaking with a client about this the other day. They asked me this question. They said, "How long have you been a realtor for?" I absolutely despise that question, because if I told them 15 years, they go, wow, he's been a realtor for forever. If in that 15 years I've only sold one home a year, I'm not very experienced, right? I'm not fully invested in the market. I'm not staying up to date. I'm not doing a lot of things that realtors that are doing this full time, selling two, three, four, five homes a month. They could be doing it for 3 years, but sell that many homes a month, and they're going to have far more experience than somebody that's been doing it for 15 years. We require a consultation up front before anything, and that's usually about 30 to 45 minutes where we sit down with clients and go over the entire home buying process from point A to point B. We dial in their search criteria, things like that. And I think people that are interviewing realtors to assist them with the purchase of a home, they should be doing consultations. And if you're not doing a consultation with your realtor and you're just hopping in a car and going to look at homes, you're putting the cart before the horse for sure. Especially if you're not even pre-approved. We don't go show homes without a pre-approval letter. I don't recommend anyone go look at homes without a pre-approval letter because it ultimately will probably lead to disappointment in the end. You want to make sure you got your finances right. You want to make sure you're going to look at homes that you can actually afford, or maybe you want to go look at homes that you didn't think you could afford, but you can afford because you have this higher pre-approval. You know what I mean? Um,
A lot of
so I
people
think
go
that,
online too and do their payments online, and those online calculators in so many cases are not correct or accurate. And then they go out, find a house they love, then get pre-approved, and then get a quote for it and realize the payment's $300 more than they thought it was. And all of a sudden they back off, and now they've not only wasted their time, but everybody else's time, mushing around on something that they couldn't even qualify for, especially with these higher rates and things like that. It's really important to get the pre-approval done first, so you know what your payment looks like, what the rates look like. I agree with you. Shop around, get the right lender. You got to have a good connection with the lender. You want to make sure they're going to be available to you, weekends and things like that. When you're actually looking at real estate most of the time and making an offer, you need that communication to get what's the payment this going to be? How much do I need to close? How much do we want to try and ask for closing costs if that's even possible, and things like that.
yeah, as a consumer, you definitely don't want to get with a lender or loan officer that only works 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. We won't say any names. There's lots of them out there, but if you're out shopping with your realtor on the weekend and you've got a bank that is only open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, you're trying to get a hold of your loan officer. He's checked out. He was off a long time ago. It's the weekend. You're not hearing back from him or her until Monday, and here you are hanging out to dry and not be able to put an offer in because you don't have an updated pre-approval or you don't have your questions asked and what payment's going to look like. So one thing to be mindful of when looking for loan officers is make sure you ask them, do they work 24/7? No. Do they work weekends? Do they work after 5 p.m.? Will they be available? Things like that, because that's huge. And that's important as a realtor. That's one of my biggest things is I need to make sure that I can get a hold of my loan officers, in a timely manner. I don't need them to have their phone in a holster, right, and pull it out like John Wayne, but at least shoot a call back in a timely manner, which you do a great job at that, Jeff. Must say.
Well, I appreciate those guys that don't work weekends, because then I get new clients every day because they aren't picking up their phone and they need an updated pre-approval, or they need numbers, and I'll get a call and say, hey, I need someone that's able to help me out. And so I love those guys, actually. I appreciate them.
Yeah, I think moral of this conversation was that if you're looking to buy a home, specifically, you need to do your due diligence. You need to chat with a few different loan officers, chat with a few different realtors, make sure that you get all your questions answered, make sure that they're laying out the landscape and what things are going to look like moving forward, and there's a strong game plan, not just shooting from the hip. So
I agree 100%, man. Great advice across the board, and a winning championship team is going to be the thing that you need right now in your back pocket here from now on, probably for the next several years as the rates continue to drop, which most people are predicting. It's going to be super competitive out there, and you definitely want to have your ducks in a row before you head out there onto the battlefield, so to speak, right?
yeah, exactly. Cool,
Cool,
man. Well,
man.
great talking with you.
Yeah, definitely good catching up with you too, man. Have a great day.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.